the next assignment for Web 1. So what the CSS Zen Garden is, what, or was rather, was an experiment that came around right when CSS was starting to kind of take hold in the browsers and become the way that people would style their web pages. Before that, a lot of the styling that happened on the web would take would be done through things like center tags or font tags, or the layout would be done with a table element versus CSS Grid or something like that. And when CSS first came out, it really introduced the idea of decoupling your content layer, which is HTML, from the styling layer. And as ingrained as an idea as that is now, it was moderately controversial at the time, and there were a lot of people who didn't want to take it up. So what the CSS Zen Garden was meant to do was to show the power of CSS. If you go to csszengarden.com and you look at these different designs that are here, every single one of these is done with the exact same HTML file. The only thing that's different from one of these designs to the next is the CSS that's used to style it. So you can see here, these are all dramatically different in appearance, but they are all the same HTML. So that's what you're going to do for your next assignment. So to do this, what you're going to do is you're going to go to csszengarden.com and let's just go to the basic home page. And then you're going to download the example HTML file, which is right here. So you'll click on that, and it's going to give you the option to save it. So I'm going to save this. And then I'm going to go to CodePen. Okay. And I'm going to start a new pen. And then I'm going to find that HTML file, which in my case is in the downloads folder. If you are a Windows user, you might have it in a different place. And then I'm going to take that, the contents of this HTML file, copy it, come back over to CodePen, and paste it in the HTML segment of CodePen. Now when this comes up, you can see this is very basic HTML. There's no styling. But what you're going to do is you're going to use the HTML that's here. So you've got all of these different classes that you can use as selectors. There are different elements, etc. So you're going to use all of the HTML and available selectors that you can kind of tap into here. And you're going to write CSS to do your own CSS Zen Garden design. So that's the details. You cannot edit the HTML. The HTML has to stay the same. What you're going to do is you're going to write all the CSS to style this however you want. And it might be a good idea to kind of look through some of the different examples here. You'll notice that they all kind of have a theme, more or less. This one's called Apothecary. It's kind of got like a Old West sort of feel to it. This one is, let's take a look here. Just kind of like modern poster art kind of look. So all of these have like a different theme. You might want to do the same thing. I would recommend putting together a plan first, like kind of getting a good idea in your head of how you want the design to look before you get started. But that's what you're going to do.